Hey everyone, it's Dr. J. Welcome back. Week 3. And today we're going to talk about Project 1 for EDTC 614, Introduction to Distance Learning. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started. Okay, I'm going straight into Blackboard. And hopefully you should see my screen. Looks of it you should be. Going down to week 3. Okay, let's make sure that you want to be in week 3. And the first thing you want to do is to learn more about Project 1. I've taken Assignment 1, Distance Learning Research, and I've updated it. I just refreshed it a little while ago. And what this updated version is going to do, it's going to give you a little bit about the rubric and a little bit about the project. But what I've also done is starting at the end of the second page and beginning of the third page, I've given you an outline and your topics. So to briefly cover this very quickly, this first paper is a research paper. My recommendation is that you read through the rubric, read through the guidelines, read through the entire documents first before you start writing anything or even researching anything. Because basically what you're doing is you're going to submit a cohesive paper examining an issue in distance learning that you've been assigned. So each of you have already been assigned a topic. I'm going to tell you what those topics are in a moment. Your goal for this case is to write an informative academic paper that discusses the issue. Now, if you look at the rest of the information here, it's not just about submitting your paper, but it's also about submitting your paper in two places. You need to post your paper in the discussion board forum for next week. This paper is due on December 29th, which is going to be week 4. So during week 4, you're going to post your paper in the discussion board as well as uploading it into the assignment that will appear in week 4, in the week 4 folder. But what's more important for right now, it is due on September 29th at 11:59 p.m. worth 20% of the overall grade. I provided here the rubrics, which you can read on your own between what's good, what's bad, what's excellent, what's not, what I'm looking for. But a couple things to note here. This project at minimum should be roughly about 2 to 3 paged. It's a 2 to 3 page paper, double spaced, using 12-point font, using APA style formatting. Now, if you're not familiar with what APA style formatting is, don't worry. I'm going to give you a primer this week and next week. First primer that I've already given you is in the APA and Library Resources folder in the week 3 folder that you can look at to learn more about APA. Even if it's not perfect, the point is I still want you to, especially if you haven't used APA before. Some of you might be familiar with Chicago style or other styles. I still want you to make the attempt. It'll be good practice for you for your other classes as well as for your future time here in the program. Now, I've given you an outline, which includes an introduction, explain what the problem is, what is it you're researching, and the second part, that's your research, where you find at least 3 peer-reviewed articles and chapters that you can use. At least 3, minimum of 3. You can have more, depending on your topic. But stick to writing 2 to 3 pages max. Don't go beyond 3 pages. And do what you can to be able to provide some research about the topic. You can also use your textbook as one of those resources. Hint, hint, hint. And then ultimately, the third section is the conclusion and future research. Based on your findings, what conclusions can you draw from the research about your assigned topic? Are there any suggested areas of future research that you would recommend based on your readings? So this is where you're putting a critical eye to what exactly you will be focused on. Now, some of you might be asking, what am I going to be reading about? Well, I took some topics and in some cases extrapolated on some topics from chapters 1 and 2. And for example, here in this case on page 3 of this document, I've put your name with the general high-level topic that you will be researching. Now, each of you has been given a different topic. Take this week to get a sense of which topic you want to focus on. Some of these can be very broad. Some of these might be very much more finite. But what I want you to do is to research these topics, find at least 3 resources that you can use at minimum to discuss the topic and begin to synthesize your learning into your paper. If you are not clear on what your topic is, if you're not clear on what direction to go in, if you're having trouble or difficulty finding the topic in particular, right? Let me know. There's other research that you can use. What's important here is that you start researching it this week, which is why I only gave you one discussion board and one chapter this week so you could focus on doing the research. Watch the how to find and use the Guarini library link that I provided in the APA and library folder in the week 3 folder. So it's a subfolder within the week 3 folder. Go in there and you'll see some resources, including how to use the Guarini library and Google Scholar to search for some of these potential articles. Also, final piece, make sure that you complete the poll. Right now, we are trending towards Friday. Yep, Friday, September 20th, Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And I'll be confirming those dates soon enough. With that, sorry, folks, I'm under the weather and I'm hoping my congestion isn't coming through as badly as I'm feeling it. But what I will say is email me if you have any questions. Let's discuss. And if you don't get a chance, don't worry. We'll talk on Friday. At least we're currently trending towards Friday afternoon. If you can't make it, I'll be glad to set up a separate time for us to speak. We'll go from there. Email me if you have any questions. But again, double-spaced paper, minimum of 2 to 3 pages, maximum of 3 pages. 12-point font, double-spaced. You can definitely do this with your outline. Thanks again, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.